All right, you guys, so I'm going to record now. Today is September 26, 2016, and I am doing this call for Elyse, leader of Team JERF, Just Eat Real Food. And so today she had an appointment, so I'm going to be monitoring the call, but I'm not running the call. So basically, we're just going to do it as an open discussion call. So I'm going to tell you guys my story, for those of you who don't know who I am. And then we'll just open the call up to anybody who has questions or anything that you guys want to talk about, or just open conversation. So as I said, my name is Amber Novak. And I started Beachbody back in March. I actually started a year ago in March, and then I took some time off to do some personal things, but I recommitted myself back in March of this year, and I, by May, became a diamond coach. And so the reason I joined Beachbody is because I'm legally blind, and I wanted to be able to show people that no matter what your disability or what your challenges are in life, you can always overcome them, and you can always find ways to be able to face any challenges or obstacles that stand in your way. So I did it not only for me to show myself what I could do, but to show other people that they can do anything that they put their mind to. Like, for example, my workouts. I do workouts each day, but my husband has had to teach me and go through step by step and show me how to do my workouts. For like making my shakes, he had to show me how to do that. He still helps me do that just because it's the blender, and I don't like sharp objects, but anyway, so he still tries to help me do that. But other than that, I try to just lead by example. And when Elyse posted in the team page that she needed someone to help her moderate the call, I thought that I would step up and try to do that, because she always says anything scary, if it's scary to you, then that's what you're supposed to do. And so obviously it was scary because I didn't know if anyone would jump on, and I didn't know how many people would jump on. And so I decided to do it. And basically that's kind of my story from, where I started into where I am now. And so basically I just want to open it up so all of you, you guys can unmute yourselves, and if you guys have questions, like, you can ask questions, and we can just spend time on anything you guys want to talk about, really. So if anybody wants to talk about something, you guys can unmute yourself and ask any questions you might have.
Well, I would say that for me personally, my biggest thing is time management. And hold on. Sorry, my kids are all over the place. I stay home with 3 kids, 5, 3, and almost 2. One is in school full time, which is only for a few hours a day. And it's really finding yes, that's you, the best time of the day to dedicate to, I guess, sitting and, okay, I'm on the computer. I'm not scrolling Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and here's my 30-minute timer, and I'm going to send these messages and follow up with people. I mean, I can get that stuff done, and I can get things around the house done and spending time with the kids. But I find when I'm spending too much time in one spot as opposed to the other ones they're lacking a little bit, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like if I'm focusing more on housework, I'm not following up with, I'm not doing my follow-ups and things as closely as I should, or vice versa. And the house is a crazy mess, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's almost 3 o'clock. I got to pick my kid up from school. And just managing time and like tips. Or I know Elyse told me to try the book Eat That Frog, and that's next on my list after the one I'm doing now. But other than listening or reading that book, I'm not sure of like other tips and things that other people have tried to try to kind of balance their time a little better. That's my biggest thing.
Well, what can I add to that? Let's see. I have the same problem as you sometimes, because I'm the type of person who doesn't like to follow a schedule. Like, I like to have a lot of times for different things, but I don't like to have it written out. And I know Elyse writes it out, and I know a lot of people write it out. My husband does too. It's like, you write out, okay, I'm going to do this between 8 and 9, and I'm going to do this between 9 and 10, and I'm going to do, but like for me, I pick my time for like my power hour, which is like generally between 11 and 12 or between 2 and 3, because I homeschool my kids. So homeschool is generally between 9 and 11:30, and then so then I generally do my power hour either actually between 11:30 and 12:30, but usually it's between 2 and 3, because that's my kids' personal study time, where they do that on their own. So in your case, though, your kids are smaller, so I think like it's like Elyse always said, you can chop up your time. My hardest thing used to be, just like you said, scrolling. I would always scroll first and like everybody's stuff and go through and see what everybody had to say. And I think like the number one thing that I've learned is you have to talk to the 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter how many people you talk to a day, because what matters is like quality. I think that's what, as we're unlearning the things that we're unlearning, that's what we're relearning, is that quality is what's important. And so even if we only talk to 1, 2, 3 people a day, that's more important than getting like 10 people a day in, because you can talk to 10 people and get nowhere, or you can talk to one person, just like you, for example, are doing right now with your childhood friend. Like, that one person is more important because you're showing them your time and your dedication than talking to 10 people and forgetting about that one person and not giving them all of like your full time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like your reading, I know you like to read. I think you like to read early in the morning, and some people like to read early in the morning. That's usually when your brain is best functional. I personally don't like to get up super early, so I praise the people like you and Elyse and other people who get up at 4:30, 5:30. I could never be in the gym at that time, but that's just me. I'm more of a night person, so I read at night. I do my power hour in the afternoon, and I generally usually read at night before I go to bed, because I find it soothing. And I used to have a problem with falling asleep. Sometimes I still do. Like last night I woke up with my headphones on and I was still listening to a book that I was no longer listening to because I was in the next book. But I think just balancing, like you have to find equal balance in your family, and all of that comes first. And then, because if God and it goes God, your family, and then others, and if you don't put God and your family first, then you're not getting the quality that you actually, want. And I'm not pushing my religion on anybody. For me, it goes God, family, and then others, and then yourself. And that's just my, Jesus, others, yourself, joy. And so that's just how I do it. But I'm not pushing my, beliefs onto anyone else. But that's just me personally.
Okay.
So, does anybody else have like questions or things that they want to add to that or ask? No. So, I see all you guys, but I don't know. I guess if you guys don't have questions, I'll try to like pick different things that we can talk about. Like, do a lot of you guys like, do you guys like Facebook? Do you guys find Facebook more easier to use, or Instagram? Facebook? You guys can raise your hand, or do you guys like You can raise your hand
Well,
or unmute yourself. It's all A to unmute yourself. Or do you guys like Instagram better? So that way I know which one to talk about.
I'm still getting the hang of Instagram, and it's kind of neat how you don't, like, if you unfollow somebody, oh they're a raps person, let me unfollow, or they're into this fitness stuff, oh they're not Beachbody, they do that. It's easier to follow and unfollow, but Facebook I think is a little more personal, if that makes
That's
sense.
what it does, because that's what I found.
Yeah.
Like for
And
me personally, I think your cold market, a lot of people have both Instagram and Facebook, but to go to your point, like I think Facebook is a lot more personal, because you don't just go out and randomly like pick people to friend requests. They're usually either your friends or your friends of friends, so that's more of your warm market. And then your cold market, I think, is more of Instagram. And I have to, that's one of my things that I need to work on, is push more on Instagram. What I like about Facebook is live videos, because live videos are actually they're the number one way with the algorithms to actually get your posts to be shown. And so if you post live videos to your Facebook, you get more traction on Facebook. And what I like about that is they don't limit you to just a minute. I think that's what Instagram says right now, is a minute. That's what my kids tell me anyway. So I think it's a minute.
I'm pretty sure it is too. I tried to post a video earlier to Facebook and Instagram that was, I think, 3.5 or 4 minutes, but it like just randomly chose a minute in the middle of the whole video. So I agree with you too, that it was just, it posted, and 30-40 minutes later, I'm like, oh, let me make sure it went on there. And I'm watching it, and it was just the most random 60 seconds. And I learned quick that you can definitely post more on Facebook.
Yeah. I like Insta Story though. Like in Insta Story is one of the one of the ways that Elyse has been trying to post a lot of her stuff, and I've been trying to do that, because you can actually like write captions on your pictures, if you guys didn't know that. And you can like, Insta Story like is a really good way. You'd be surprised how many people that you don't know, that don't follow you, or even that do follow you, look at like your Insta Story. So like, for example, we just got done moving, and so this week I've been doing the last couple of days I've been doing my Insta Story about moving. And like, people will make posts. You can see on Instagram, you can see the people who actually like watch your Insta Story, and it shows you each little clip. It shows you who watched each clip. And so that's kind of cool, because then you can see who's been watching, and if it's people that like aren't other fellow Beachbody coaches, or who either are your friends or are people just randomly watching your Insta Story, then you can go to their Instagrams and you can like write comments, and you can as Elyse always says, you can like post a comment, but then also send them a private message letting them know that you commented, and this is what you noticed. So like, if you're into cake decorating and you see someone who posted cupcakes, even though they might not be the healthiest things, there's way to make healthy cupcakes. There's way to, but you find an interest that you have with people, and then you comment and you like their stuff, and then it creates conversation. Instagram is a great way to create conversations, probably better than Facebook if you're trying to use your cold market, even your warm market, but I find it better for cold market. My husband has so many different people, like he likes golfing, so he has all these like golfers, some professional, some amateur, but it's like he has a whole bunch of golfers that I never would have imagined like following him. Follow him. He has a larger Instagram following than I do. So
Sorry, I had to leave my kids in the other room. They are just, anyway.
it's okay.
Yeah, no, Instagram is kind of cool to be able to see all the different, I guess, facets of people. But as far as like looking into someone's profile, finding out more about them and the Unites. I like Facebook for that, and I'm just more familiar with it too. I'm sure that's why I like Facebook a little more.
That's why I like it more. Well, mine is a site thing, but I'm trying to overcome that because Facebook I know how to use. I've been using it since probably it came out, and so I'm more familiar with it. But so if any of you guys have Instagram tips that you guys want to share, like you can unmute yourself and like share your Instagram tips with us. Anybody? No. So that's that. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any other topics that like you guys wanna cover. I know Elyse is doing, yeah, the I hear you, I see you, I notice you, I love you, I hear you, I see you. And it's like that's really important. So I guess that would be probably like my biggest takeaway, which goes back to, picking that 1, 2, 3 people a day, or doing like she said, like going on Facebook or on she does Facebook, in her examples usually, and picking like, when you get off the call, look at the top 3 people who are on Facebook that obviously aren't coaches, but, just say, hey, and I saw you were on, or I haven't talked to you in a while, or, just basically the I hear you, I see you, I notice you, letting them know that you see them and that they matter, because that's the biggest thing. Like that's why I wanted to do this call today, because it's like all of you matter. Like everybody's learning. We all have a huge team behind us, and we can either choose to make excuses and say we're sick. Like when I got on this call, I took some sinus medicine because I have a sore throat and I have sinus issues, but I could have chose not to do the call because I'm sick, or I could have chose to, step up, do the call, and not make excuses. And that's what, our team is here to support and, basically all lock arms and stand together and unite as a team as a whole. And so, that's why seeing and noticing people are so important, because that's what people want. They want to feel noticed. They want to feel like you care. They don't just want to be some sale. And that's what a lot of people, try to do, is just worry about the sale. And it's not about the sale. It's about changing lives and helping people, no matter what their circumstances are, no matter what, is going on in their life or your life. Everybody wants to be noticed. And so if you guys don't have any questions, then I'll probably stop recording. And anybody who's listening to the replay, I hope that you're able to get something out of what we talked about. I hope it helps somebody somewhere, because that's all that matters, is helping one person, one day, every day, each day. So I thank you all for being on the call, and anyone who's listening to the replay. Like I said, I was hosting it today, but not leading it. Anybody can ask any questions, and feel free to post comments in the comment section below after I post the replay.